Now that we know some things, we let love give us wings. It's the key, it's free, it's for you and me, you and me. So let's discover love's great wonder. Let's discover the spell we are under. Love. With Mililli, love. Hello. Welcome to the Love Show, where we grapple with the question, what is love? Today's show asks, is love laughter? George Carlin said, comedy is a healing art. We asked, is art love in season 2, and found that art is love. Love seems to be healing. Maybe love's a healing art. Another love show. George Carlin was one of my favorite comedians. Of all the comedians over the years, he's probably made me laugh the most. But the first comedians to make me laugh were Cheech and Chong. My neighbor's dad had some records, and we used to sneak in there when he wasn't home and listen to his Cheech and Chong records. I remember the first time I heard Sister Mary Elephant. Class, shut up! Thank you. I was going to Catholic school at the time, and the other kids in the room were going to public school. They didn't have nuns. So I felt that Cheech and Chong wanted me personally, specifically, to laugh. But were they loving me? George Carlin also attended Catholic school, but upon doing research for this show, I found that George Carlin went to a progressive Catholic school. At his Catholic school, they didn't have grades, and it seems the nuns and teachers were rather open-minded because as George grew up and became a comedian, some of his language his mother didn't approve of, and she certainly didn't think it was funny, until the day she ran into one of the nuns from the progressive Catholic school who said, oh, I saw Georgie on TV last night. His mom was embarrassed and was like, oh, his language, I'm so embarrassed. And the nun said, oh, but he's using it in a good way. He's using it in a loving way to make people laugh and feel better. And from that day on, his mother was okay with his act because it had been approved by the church. So in that way, if one looks at making others laugh as helping them through life, I would say just from that, I could deduce that laughter must be love, right? But what about laughter laughter that makes another person cry. Like when a group points and laughs at another person that is not a comedian, that isn't trying to be funny or isn't trying to get a laugh. Bob Dylan wrote in Like a Rolling Stone, you never turned around to see the frowns on the jugglers and the clowns when they all did tricks for you. You never understood that it ain't no good. You shouldn't let other people get your kicks for you. So when it's at somebody else's expense, is it not love? And the clown is always so often left the sad one. It seemed no one was there to cheer up Robin Williams, another one of my favorites, when he was really sad, and then it's just really sad. Maybe laughter is love, and perhaps someone should have taken the time to cheer him up. As an empath, I feel this all too much from comedians who are sad. Socrates said, "Those who are the hardest to love need it the most." I think that is true. Why do we find it hard to love some people and easy to love others? We love us some people pleasers, don't we? As long as people are telling us what we want to hear, we love them. But as soon as they tell us the truth, oh, we don't like those people. It's so unusual these days that we don't even know what's going on when somebody's telling us the truth. And most people don't like it on the whole. But me, in particular, I appreciate the truth. Even about me, I am able to laugh at myself if it's funny. But some people point and laugh at others too much. Perhaps sometimes that could be hurtful. But when another person knows it will hurt someone else and on purpose laughs and gets others to laugh, I don't feel that kind of laughter is love. I have covered the song Wooden Ships. And that song starts with, "If you smile at me, I will understand, because that is something everybody everywhere does in the same language." I tend to disagree. I mean, there's an evil smile, and then some people smile at you because they want you to buy something. I know, I've done it. I worked in retail. That's like the first rule of retail is smile. It was my job as a salesperson to smile and try to sell you something. I did not always want to smile, and it probably came out in my body language. I'm not a very good liar. My face, if you haven't noticed, can be very expressive. And sometimes, even if I'm smiling, if it isn't real, it just doesn't read as a smile. Nonetheless, there is an evil smile that is not funny and not love, and there is maniacal laughter that's not love. Love of evil, maybe, but that would not really be love. If laughter was love, you'd think that all the clowns would never have to frown. If laughter was love, you'd think that Robin Williams would still be alive. But nowadays, online, one becomes separated, as I am, from their audience, from their work, from their laughter, from their applause. So maybe it was the separation where Robin had gone so far on laughter as love live from real people that he couldn't handle the separation. Robin had heard large crowds of people laughing at his jokes for years. Canned television laughter isn't the same. Maybe he died of lack thereof. Lack of love due to the internet and celebrity separation from the real people and the real laughter. Have you heard of laughter as meditation or laughter meditation or the laughing Buddha? Some Buddhists seem to be practicing this laughing meditation which forces the laughter, sort of. I heard a man doing this in the forest out here once. We have a Buddhist abbey nearby, and it took me a minute to figure out what was going on. I was just walking in a part of the woods where I walk every day, and I never hear anybody laughing, so it was a little strange to hear, but I had seen this being done at the park and around town, so I was familiar with the practice and the strange forced sound that it produced. Carlin said laughter is Zen. He also said that laughter opens doors of perception. He really did use laughter like a tool in his healing art of comedy. I have to admit that hearing those guys doing the laughter meditations, it sounds forced and kind of silly, and hearing them force their laughter ultimately every time makes me laugh a little. But then I feel guilty, though, like I'm not supposed to laugh at someone who's exercising and doing their best. I just don't think it's funny when people laugh at someone else's misfortune. But sometimes laughter just comes. Sometimes it comes out your nose. Woody Allen said, I am thankful for laughter except when milk comes out my nose. I have snarfed, we used to call it snarfed, soda. When you blow something out your nose at laughter, we used to call that snarfing. And soda burns so bad. It's much worse than milk, Woody. It's much worse. It is cheerful to God when you rejoice or laugh from the bottom of your heart. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said that. It is cheerful to God when you rejoice or laugh from the bottom of your heart. He was only 39 when he died. So wise beyond his years. I think that if there is a loving thought behind the laughter, then it is love. Do you think God feels guilty for laughing at us laughing? Does it sound forced to him? Her? Oh, I never call her, him. I don't know. God is probably both. Probably laughing at me. Nonetheless, she laughs, and it's good for her. The health benefits of laughter are phenomenal. The Mayo Clinic staff put out a stress management article entitled Stress Relief from Laughter. It's no joke. They say that laughter's long-term effects are that laughter improves your immune system, relieves pain, makes it easier to cope with difficult situations, improves your mood. Never mind the short-term effects, which are, they go on to say that laughter stimulates organs, increases endorphins to your brain, activates and relieves your stress, and soothes tension. I can see, that was stimulates organs and increases endorphins to your brain, activates and relieves your stress response, and soothes tension. That was the Mayo Clinic quoting. Mayo Clinic staff wrote the article. I can see all of that in myself when I laugh. We know it's good for us, right? Is love healthy? Laughter sure seems to be healthy. And if laughter is love, then love should be healthy, right? Tune in next week when we shall ask, is love healthy? We will find out. So yes, I think we can definitively say that some laughter is love. Maybe it's just the laughter that is from the bottom of our hearts. In our Love IQ episode, we found that our hearts actually have little brains that love our actual brains into existence. That's right. In the womb, we have a heart before we have a brain. And your heart actually has neurons, which are in the brain, but there's many more in your brain. But you only have about 40 neurons in your heart, and your neurons in your heart enable us, you, me, to have a beating heart without having to think about it. Maybe laughter is God speaking to us through our hearts and minds and voices. Then all laughter would be love, wouldn't it? It's sort of this simultaneous thing that spontaneously happens to us. Like a sneeze. Maybe laughter is God loving us. God's love. Not just love, but God's love. Maybe laughter is God's language. Wow, that would make Cheech and Chong priests. I think they both have dressed as priests, at least Cheech. George Carlin was a priest in the movie Dogma. Wouldn't it be nice to just go to church to laugh? That would be awesome. So yes, I think that laughter is love. But not just love, God's love. And I think all laughter is God's love. God's loving voice. Keep laughing. Keep loving. I love you. Thanks for watching. love.